Here we are.
Hello.
Annie, we are live.
Yay.
Annie, I am so honored you're here today with me.
Thrilled to
Thank
be.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Thrilled to
thank
be
you
here.
to everybody that's joining us. And I really wanted to oh, I'm covered in goosebumps. I really wanted to honor and just spotlight Annie just a little bit and welcoming her, and anybody new to the community or that is going to be watching us in the future, please check out Annie's channel. She has got a beautiful channel and is just a wonderful, wonderful pillar in this community.
Thank you.
You are such a light in the community, and such a support to everybody's channel that is in the community. I mean, you're there supporting and shining your light. And so, go over and check out her channel and subscribe and her channel's
community.
What's
Isn't
that?
it? It's such a fantastic community.
It
I
is.
love our community.
It is.
Everyone is so humble and helpful and encouraging and laughing,
Right?
Yeah, really down to earth group of people. Really.
And it's really a healing community.
It is.
And Annie shares her insight and her valuable wisdom in her healing and in her ascension journey on her channel. And not only does she do that, and I know this is hard for you, Annie, but bear with me. Just bear with me. She is an artist and an amazing photographer, and she shares her paintings and her artwork. And she'll do videos where we can watch her paint, and she shares her wisdom with us while she paints, that are incredible videos. But she takes some of the most amazing photos of clouds and trees and flowers and sometimes just even insects. I mean, you bring out the beauty of all of this, and she shares it on her channel, and just everything you capture, it's gorgeous.
Mother is beautiful. There's so much beauty.
Yeah.
Once you start looking for it,
right,
it starts popping up everywhere. I mean, do you remember being younger and it's like you start dating a guy with a black car or a blue car?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see him everywhere.
Yep.
You see those colored cars. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah. And she just completed a deck of cards. Is it 59?
I think it's 50, around that. It's around that.
Yeah. And
but
beautiful deck of cards. Now we need to find you a publisher.
Yes.
Because she's painted them and she's got meanings on all of them. And now we need to find
need to get them printed so that I can share them with everyone. Yeah. Even if they're used for inspiration or for picking one in the morning, going, what do I want to focus on today? That would be just encouragement. Encouragement is needed when you're going through ascension.
Right? So much.
Yeah, because there's so much coming in at any given time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we say hi to?
Yeah, let's say hi.
Well, that's not Diana. Where's Diana? Diana, there she is. Diana, hello.
Diana.
Hello.
Oh, there's a wise woman.
Right.
Wise and really brilliant artist. Yay, Kelly.
Hello, beautiful.
Kelly, I need to pick your brains on how to do the deck thing, okay?
Yes.
She made a deck. She has a deck.
Oh, you guys need to get together.
I need to ask her, how did she do that? Because she has a deck, everyone. You can go to her beautiful Woo Woo Wonderment channel here on YouTube and find out how to purchase it from her.
Yes.
And she's having a show later today.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And that's the thing, you guys, everybody, a lot of us here and I'm looking here in the chat, have channels, and go subscribe to
Rossi.
everybody's channel.
Oh.
Rossi, hello too. Rossi has a beautiful channel too. And Paul is here.
Hey.
Oh,
hey, Paul.
Paul, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
boy, did he have a life-changing event. His life is, yeah.
Right?
He's going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
yeah.
We love Paul.
Remember, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jacqueline,
and Jacqueline, hello.
Her and I are both founding members of Linda's channel.
Really?
Yeah, we both are. It's
nice.
And Rosie is trying to get in on it too.
Rosie, hello.
Hello, Fatima.
Fatima, hello. And such a pillar in the community too, and supports everybody's channel.
She's just like an angel lady.
Right?
And you are too. You are an angel lady too.
Thank you. Oh, and Teresa. Teresa is here. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, wouldn't you know, Ken comes in the door at the exact time we started.
Right. And Teresa has a channel too. Head over and check out
Teresa
Ford. She's got a beautiful channel.
And she's my sister since before this world was new. She's one of the first people I met here on YouTube. And our connection was just instantaneous. Like, I know I have known this soul forever.
Isn't that something when that happens?
It's so special when that. Hi, Denise. It's so special when that happens. I'm glad you're here. Oh, she has gorgeous.
So many of us. I mean, in the community,
like you and I.
mean, it's like it's like family. It's like we feel like we are our sisters, and it's really a beautiful thing.
I often wonder, like, if we were all in the same room, what would happen? Because we've all had walks together before,
right?
It's kind of incredible that we've connected and what we can accomplish each in our own location. Hi, Kathleen. I have fun thinking about that.
I would love to make that happen at some point, to have us all get together and do just like a retreat, just a weekend together where we could hang out and just get to know everybody.
I'll go to Sally's.
Oh, well, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
That would be trippy, wouldn't it? That would be fantastic. Yay, Brenda,
hello. She just invited me on her channel.
Yay. Her channel going places.
Yes. And she has a beautiful channel. Head over and subscribe to her channel.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. And Annie, thank you for being here. And we are going to talk a little bit about the full moon, and then Annie and I, we each did some of our favorite flowers, and we are going to we're going to highlight some of our favorite flowers and give some insight and healing modalities to the flowers that we've picked.
Yeah.
Do you want to get started? You want to start? Yeah.
I want to show this little pine cone.
Yes.
I have put essential oils on it. I find these on my walks. Let me see if I can turn it in a way that you can see it. And
I can see it. It's beautiful. It looks like a perfect rose.
It does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the squirrels really help by when they drop them onto the ground, because I find them on the ground. And this one has essential oil of rose. And from your last show, actually, you were discussing the spiritual properties of sunflowers and jasmine. And so there's jasmine oil on there as well.
Oh.
I think what I found was really incredible was I'll start with the rose and the chakra that it helps us. There's a saying in an astrology book, my favorite astrology book, actually, that one that I've read bits of on my channel. In it, although I'm not religious, for spiritual and entertainment purposes only, it talks about, may the rose bloom on your cross, which sounds religious. Don't freak out. Just bear with me.
I love it.
But it's like between the spirit, your spirit, and your physical matter, may the rose bloom. May your higher heart bloom. And so the rose helps us with our high heart chakra. And it's pollinated by bees and butterflies and wasps. So some people don't like wasps, but they have a task to do. And what I try to remember is, while I'm fumbling about as a human, figuring out how to be a human,
right?
Every single insect and animal is fulfilling its purpose every day. Without question, without bother, they just do it. So we can always learn from them. And I found that the roses, that the essential oil is uplifting, and it soothes and it calms. And they're edible. There were so many edible flowers that I found, and rose was one of them. There's squash blossoms. We've all heard of that, and many chefs do that. And nasturtiums and pansies and hibiscus and peonies and carnations, and they can be sugared and put on top of cakes. And there's actually a story I was sharing with Kelly, fictional books that I have read a number of times. It's called Garden Spells. It's written by Sarah Addison Allen. These are fictional stories. This is part 1. This is book 2, First Frost. And in it, this is a story of a woman who runs a catering business out of her kitchen. And she knows all about the magic of flowers. So if someone is timid, she'll know to add marigolds or pansies to help them be confident. Or if someone is trying to impress their boss and she's catering the meal, she'll know exactly what flowers, the pumpkin blossoms or the squash blossoms, to bring that meeting, to help it go well. So I love that. I would really recommend reading those. They're very inspirational, and they're just fun. They're really fun to read. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing those, because she shared them backstage and I wrote them down, and I'm going to get both of those books.
Yeah, they're so good. I've read those so many times. And when I was looking at the rose and the higher heart, I immediately thought of the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono prayer.
Yeah.
That says, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And how that has really helped my growth when I've said it in my heart to other people, when I've said it also to myself, when I've said it to younger versions of myself, and how healing I found that to be. And every time I can tell when my higher heart is activated, because I feel, through that forgiveness, I feel compassion. And the compassion kind of grows. So where I used to judge, I can take that half a breath and have that in my high heart and go, oh, okay. That is what they are feeling. That's the chakra they're feeling this through.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have an insight instead of a judgment. So that's one way to tell if your high heart is activated. And it's kind of like the more you use it, that muscle grows.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
So roses are super helpful in that, for that.
I love that.
Well, I also read about rose petal tea.
Ooh,
I had so
what are
much
the properties of that?
Yeah, the rose petal tea, it relaxes, but it can also help with diarrhea. So often if you're making a stew or a soup and someone's having an issue, upset tummy, you can put some rose petals in it, and it will help calm. It helps calm the tummy. And it's okay to drink. I've seen rose tea. I got some at TJ Maxx a couple of years ago, and I thought it was delicious. And I loved the experience of it.
Yeah.
Of being connected with it in a new way. And
I love the knowledge. I love the knowledge of all of this stuff that things that we have. Just like I could go out and pick 100 rose petals out in my yard today, and just learning these tips and tricks. Yeah. Like I had no idea that if a person has an icky tummy, that
rose petals. I didn't. Yeah. And I love the rose water on my skin. And I sometimes spray bed linens with rose water if I feel someone needs extra love and just needs gentle love.
And do you do that with just rose petals, or do you put anything else in it?
Well, I have a video. I'll make sure that that's easy to find on my YouTube channel, because I made a little video about adding sage to it. So I add other things to
Oh, I
it,
like that.
to the rose water, because sometimes you're in a space or an area where it's not really conducive to burn sage. So but you still want to bless and clear. And you can do that with sound. You can do that with tuning forks. You can do that with bells. You can do that with rose water. You can do that with rose water, which you've added sage and stuff to, which I'll make sure that video is easy to find. But and roses, of course, for their vitamin C content.
Oh,
the wild
that's good
rose
to
tips.
know.
Yeah, and that's procured for vitamin C. So it was just amazing to me how everything on earth is a gift. And some of these gifts, like when I came to Planet with my dear, dear friend Ron, I remember bringing plants and crystals. I don't remember which ones. But when I think of like rose, I think, did angels bring roses? Who brought roses from Venus? Are they from Venus? Did they bring this knowing that one day we would be, oh, that's wonderful, that we would be ready to open our hearts in new ways? Is this I think there's just so much more to know about this on an energetic level.
I agree. And I like that, like if we're staying in hotels.
Yeah, it's nice to do that if you're traveling, because they don't usually like you to burn sage.
No. The smoke detectors go on.
Can you imagine going to Vegas and go, this whole town needs to be sage?
Oh, right. And there's so many energies in hotels that, and especially being sensitive like we are, it's like I don't know how many times sometimes I've moved rooms because I'll go to the room and I'm like, oh, whoa, nope, I cannot stay in this room. And that's even knowing that I have spray to clear it. It's just the energy is so thick. And
it is. And years ago, I would go, we would go to Vegas and couldn't sleep very well because I could see what people were doing and I could see what people were thinking and what they were feeling. And I knew like, oh, that person's over this way.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Not really what you want to be doing at 2 a.m.
No, yeah. It's not a real peaceful sleep.
No, it really isn't. No. So what about you? What flower did you find out about?
One of the flowers I picked was the lilac. And Annie has got some beautiful, beautiful lilacs blooming right now. And we don't have any here in California. And so, maybe they grow. I don't know. I just don't have any. Mm-hmm. And so seeing yours, I really appreciate them. And the fragrance of them, I really like. But what I found with the lilac is it's great for emotional healing, which is going to be great for this month because it's going to be an emotional month. We're going to be in the feels this month. So lilacs and it's funny how that works out, right? How just the
they
world
happen to be blooming, right?
Right. In a month where we're going to need them. Yeah. It brings balance, enhanced intuition. It's edible. I didn't know lilac was edible.
I didn't know that either.
It helps with rheumatoid arthritis. So, if for inflammation too, but it specifically said rheumatoid arthritis, liver issues, respiratory and digestive issues, for diabetes, it helps with diabetes, fevers and cough, gout, and healing and protecting open wounds.
Wow.
And fever, influenza, and insomnia.
Holy schmoly.
Yeah.
Holy schmoly. I walk by them. I don't actually have any in my yard, but I have them in the neighborhood. And I visit them and just drink in that scent. And I always say, thank you, grandmothers. Thank you, grandmothers. Helps with balance. Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know they were edible. I didn't know a lot.
I didn't know it either.
But, I just dawned on me about, oh, wow. Oh, that's some nice air freshener. I may be copying you. I like that. I like that a lot.
I love it too. Yeah. We need to make a note. We need to make a note of that.
Wait, I have to watch our show again and take notes on it. Yeah. When you were speaking, I was thinking, about the honey that comes from bees, that maybe as we further investigate the magic and wisdom and gifts of these various flowers, I bet you our next step will be honey. That must be the elixir from the medicine, the bee
Yeah.
medicine that visits all of these.
Mm-hmm.
That must
Yeah.
be. I remember it was last year or the year before, I had heard somewhere or read somewhere that if you eat bee pollen from your area, that you won't suffer so much from allergies.
I think I heard that too.
Yeah, that's to me is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
We have a co-op near us that I think I can procure some local pollen.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
That wouldn't, but I wonder if that would also make us more open. I mean, I know our intent goes a long ways when we visit these, because these are medicines.
Right?
These are
They
medicine.
are, right?
They're
This is what our
beautiful.
ancestors used. This was
And,
all that was available, back then,
and
which
they,
I find so intriguing.
yes. Ooh, lilac extract.
I have
Oh
not
my
seen that, Play
goodness.
Love
I haven't
Remember.
either. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just heard of pomegranate molasses, which blew my mind. I was watching Queer. I love that show. And they mentioned pomegranate molasses. Like,
Mm,
oh, honey, I want to cook with that. That sounds really good on vegetables.
right?
You
It
know.
does. So what's
Oh,
another flower you have?
well, another one I have here is peonies, which I'm not sure
Oh,
whether to say it peonies or
or
peonies.
peonies. I say
Yeah.
it both. That's one of
Okay.
my
Mine
favoriteest
too. I
flowers.
mean, I have one in special to honor my dear friend Ron, because that was his favorite. And what I love about them is ants pollinate them.
Yes.
And that was the first time I had become aware that ants pollinated anything. And when we turned our gardens into about 8, 10 years ago, we turned two of our gardens into habitat with the state. So you meet so many requirements and you provide water and nesting materials and houses, and you mark off a various number of things that you're willing to do and provide, and then they give you a cute little sign you can put in your yard.
Oh, I
But so
love
that was
that.
when I found out about the ants, and it helps with the heart and the root chakra and the sacral chakra.
Oh, I got to write some of this
I
down.
did not know that. And bees and bottle flies, butterflies, and humming. I can't read my writing. And hummingbirds are their pollinators. And we
Ah,
have we have Anna's hummingbirds here year round in my area of the Pacific Northwest. We have them year round, so we keep food for them. And
that's nice. You know what? And I was surprised because I thought maybe it got too cool, but it obviously it doesn't. And so being able to have the hummingbirds year round there, what a blessing.
I wasn't aware of this until 2008 when my dear friend Ron passed away. And when he passed away, it was 7 degrees and there was snow on the ground. And I saw a hummingbird out the window.
Wow.
And that's when I knew. Because before that, I always put my feeders out in the spring. So since that day, I immediately made food, and we have kept it out, and we put heaters out in the winter so that they can come and be warm, and so that their food will stay warm.
You guys take care of nature. I mean, you put out nesting balls and
Oh,
I
it's so
mean,
fun. It's so fun. Once you
yeah,
become a bird watching person, the
yeah.
whole world opens up. And then you start paying attention to like what plants, what flowers do they like? And
Mhm.
and you go get some and grow them. And they start teaching you. Like
Yeah.
hummingbirds are the first ones to teach their babies. They're first ones to have babies in the spring. And they're the first ones to teach their young on raspberry blossoms how to
Really?
where to go. And so watching them and volunteering at that wildlife hospital, there was a naturalist there who, if you asked, he'd answer. So it was just wonderful. I mean, you start meeting other people who care about things like this.
Yeah.
It just becomes an adventure. A lot like our YouTube community, things we get interested in, and all of a sudden we all are like, "Oh, hey, I know this," and
right.
We start sharing. Yeah. Let's see what else. Peonies, ants and moths. That surprised me. Bees, butterflies, ants, and moths are peonies. Are the ones that pollinate them. I forgot the word pollinate. And spiritually, they're very protective, and they're aligned with the moon goddess Selene. So peonies, it was said that they're been used in many rituals of protection, and it was said that they were that their shape was made to reflect the moon on Earth, like the energies.
Oh, I love that.
It said it was also a harbinger of transformation, and its blossoms the way is to be like the human spirit towards enlightenment with all the peony petals. It's associated with bravery, honor, and wealth.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that was very exciting to find out. And I imagine all of this, like Diana probably knows tons more about these as well. So hopefully she'll do a show on it and invite us.
Well, it's so interesting, and there's just so much to learn about, flowers, and her and Ellie were doing one on trees too, and that was so interesting.
Well, and then the colors, because of course the different colors of them are going to be coordinating with different chakras.
And I could see the peony representing the heart chakra, just because yeah.
And its fullness. Yeah. What were you going to say?
I just love them so much. The smell and everything about them. It's just that. I think what I think a lot of it is. It reminds me of my grandma, and it's and clipping the flowers and shaking them because they're full of ants, and bringing them in, and just the house smelling, just so fragrant. It's just
they're subtle.
Such a beautiful memory.
I like their scent too because it's subtle. It doesn't overpower you. Yeah, it's soft like a grandmother. Yeah,
right. It is.
Yeah. Let's see another. How about you? What's another one that you found out about?
Another one. I did. What I'm gonna jump to hollyhocks because that was that was another one of my grandma's favorite flower, and I love hollyhocks.
I do too.
They help with skin irritations and eczema. They help with bronchitis and used for digestive issues. And they support upper respiratory benefits as far as like asthma, being healing for asthma, and also very hydrating. So using it on your skin, on your hair is very hydrating. Very good for our bladders and inflammation, and for our urinary tract health. This is the one I was telling you about.
Hollyhock.
They prevent kidney stones.
Ooh, hollyhock. Okay.
Yep, they prevent kidney stones and help with gastritis.
Okay.
And may help regulate blood sugars, and good for ulcers.
Wowza. That's incredible. I grew up in the east side of Pasco, and about an hour out of the Tri-Cities in Washington State, there's a canyons, and you go by beet farms, at least I did when I was little. And they are. Oh, hi, Nancy. How lucky are you? That's beautiful. But what I admired about hollyhocks is they would grow in places where it was so dry and so hot, where this ground was almost powdery dry, and there would be hollyhocks, just gorgeous.
Standing proud.
Yes, And they can get pretty darn big too. They can get pretty tall. And I've asked, like, last year I was walking by an abandoned field that people weren't caring for the property anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they had those mullions. So I invited the mullion to please come to my garden. And they did. And last year, I think I sent pictures to you privately, but I had like 30 show up. So if you see hot dogs or something, ask them to come to your garden. You know, there's one thing I wanted to touch on is at that whatever your garden is, whether it's a flower bed or all around your house or however big or little or tiny it is, you can gift like cornmeal along the property line, salt. I've done pink salt, I've done white salt, and gotten like 7 pounds of it and went all along the property line. Yes, they are perennial. Yes, they are, sweetheart. And you can gift crystals. I get mine on Etsy. You can get them in many places, but you can get like a pound bag and gift crystals all around your flower beds, thanking the medicines for coming to your garden, inviting others to come to your garden. And it helps if you feed birds. You know,
it does.
because I call it gardening with squirrels and birds.
Yeah.
But, you know, and so they add mystery plants. And sometimes, like, you'll have one that you've always wanted. And, you know, if you study the native plants in your area, your garden will be 1,000 times more beautiful because those plants are the medicines of place. They know the soil, they know the land, they know the energy. They respond to the weather changes because they are the medicine of place. They will help ground you. When I do believe that there are garden fairies and gnomes, although I haven't seen them yet. Like I just found out that gnomes really like mint and they really like what I got some seeds. I got a bunch of seeds to plant chamomile. And they really like chamomile. So, and I love mint. I could eat it every day.
Yeah.
Basil and mint, I could eat.
I was just going to say, in basil.
Yeah, I could eat them all the time. So I'm planting those in a special spot for the gnomes. So if you know that old movie, if you build it, they will come. I think garden fairies and gnomes are the same way.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I have got some stuff I'm putting together to do a fairy garden. In all these years, I've never done one. And so I was going to start putzing with it yesterday, and then I just never.
It was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day.
Be resting. Yeah.
And I did. I did.
Me too. Well, it's really fun once you show a curiosity to your garden and you go and you talk out loud. Stuff will start showing up.
It will.
Because there's like, ask someone older and wiser. There was one flower that I asked. I was volunteering alongside a wise woman, and she said, "Oh, that's wild geranium," or "Oh, that plant is really good for this or that," or "This, like cabbage, skunk cabbage, is good for eyes. If you have eye irritation, the leaves can act as a poultice." Asking older people. I mean, I guess I'm kind of starting to be the older people now. but that's what we're to do. Just share curiosity. I think curiosity is the key.
It is, right?
To the natural world. If you show up with an open heart and intending to do no harm and express appreciation, the natural world will respond to you in so many ways.
It will.
And immediately. So.
What was another flower that you had?
Hydrangea.
Ooh.
And this one kind of surprised me when I was researching it. It has to do with the crown chakra and the mysteries, which that really piqued my interest. And they're pollinated by bees, butterflies, if I can read my writing, hummingbirds, beetles, and flies. Now, for the life of me, I did not know that flies pollinated anything. I had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that blew my mind. So I'm like, okay, I saved a fly yesterday and took it outside. So, I mean, I would do that anyway, but I kind of liked knowing something extra about it. Mm-hmm. I had to set it free. It has work to do. And hydrangeas help with, like, if you need to give or feel a sincere apology and gratitude, heartfelt emotions with understanding. Hydrangea is a good gift to help you accomplish that task. It's associated with third eye, and intuition and spiritual awareness, which makes me want to be surrounded by it.
Right?
And this blew my mind. This really blows my mind. The stem bark of the hydrangea has 7 colored layers, 7 different colored layers to it.
What?
Yeah, each a different color for each of the chakras. And hydrangeas are healing and protective.
I had no idea. And I have 4 of them in my yard.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I had one
Wow.
that froze. I had 2 actually, but they both went through I lost them to freezing. We lost a lot of our roses to freezing years ago. Yeah. But knowing that makes you want to invite another one to come and visit, please.
Right?
Yeah. That was really, there's more to know there. I would, is anyone commenting about, they know about hydrangeas too? Probably knows some things.
No, Swampy says
Swampy,
love rosies and love honeysuckle. Oh, I love honeysuckle too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love Swampy's totem there. That's really interesting.
Play Love Remember says, oh my God, I found mint in a strange place that was never there before.
Oh, nice.
Oh, gnomes had a job. I bet so. I would have to agree 100%.
I love honeysuckle to Swampy. We have it growing above the front door, and it's gotten humongous. Now it almost hangs halfway down a living room window, and it goes over the carport. And I love the scent. And the hummingbirds so appreciate it. The birds so appreciate it.
They love it.
Oh, yay. Thank you, Denise.
And I should have put, maybe to bring pen and paper, but yeah, definitely you can go back and watch it. And do you have anything more on the hydrangea?
Let me double check. I have some on hibiscus.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I think that was all that I had on the hydrangea. Actually, I had one more. The essential oil of the hydrangea is anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, soothing, and hydrating.
Oh, I love that.
So but on the hibiscus, it is connected to the heart, the root, and sacral chakras. I think I already covered that one. I think I already spoke of that one.
Of the hibiscus?
I think I did.
I don't think so.
Heart, root, and sacral, pollinated by bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds. It is helpful with fertility and connecting us to the divine feminine. It's very grounding and centering and believed to heighten our intuition and psychic abilities. My son loves hibiscus tea. I think it's his absolute favorite. It's a sacred flower in Hawaiian spirituality. It promotes joy and spiritual connection, love, compassion, and emotional healing. And it also unblocks and stimulates the root and sacral chakras and encourages sensuality, sexuality, and passion in a very safe and grounded way.
Wow. Annie, that is a beautiful flower. I mean, it's got a lot of healing modalities.
It must be in the leis that are made there.
Mm-hmm.
That must be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Hawaiians and their beautiful knowledge. The Hawaiians and their knowledge of flowers.
Rossi says it lowers blood pressure.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know that.
Infinity says taking hibiscus tea before bed. Okay. I love hibiscus tea too.
Infinity. Yeah, my son loves it. Oh, nice.
That's a good one. I need to cover myself.
I need that on my neck. Yeah. It's incredible. I really appreciated looking these up and learning more than I had known before about their medicines and their gifts.
Right? Well, I have a couple more.
Okay.
I have I did tulips and I have tulips and pansies. And tulips they are to promote love and renewal, kind of almost like the spring flower. It's the love, the renewal, the growth, the change. And tulips are supposed to help balance our chakras. And healing wounds too. And this is what I found just researching some of these flowers is the majority of the flowers are healers for wounds. And so that tulips too, healing wounds, tulips help boost our immune system and anti-aging properties, which I was like, ding, ding. And promote love, abundance, and kindness. And tulips have been used in cough syrups and help relieve pain and also reduce inflammation, which a lot of the flowers, in their properties, that seems to be one too, that reducing inflammation is kind of a common one in the flowers. And then lastly, pansies. I kind of had forgotten about pansies, and I was telling Annie backstage I have a pansy tattoo that I got years and years and years ago because that was like, my favorite flower. And what I found about pansies is ancient healers would prescribe pansy like an elixir or tea to alleviate love sickness.
Oh, wow.
That's what they would do in ancient times. I was like, see, and all that stuff, I just find so intriguing that was something that they used to do, that it would, that's what they would go to if somebody was, hurting,
Yeah. Which you are a lot when you're a young person and it's all brand new and your heart is first opening to romance.
Right.
Love of that kind. Well, how old were you when you got the tattoo?
I want to say I was probably in my upper 20s.
Okay.
Late 20s, I think.
Okay.
I got it on my leg, and now it's just, now that I'm old, it's all faded and not as vibrant and beautiful, kind of like me. Like it's just with age, it's just it all kind of dims.
I have 7 tattoos.
You do?
They're all of feathers.
Oh.
So they're 7 feathers,
I didn't know that about you.
But my granddaughter gets such a kick out of it since she was like 3, because they're not like the fancy new tattoos. I mean, I got it from a tattoo guy, but she goes, "Oh, a leaf," and she giggles. "Oh, a leaf."
No, honey, it's a feather, but. I love it. I didn't know. Thank you for sharing that. You have 7 feathers. I love that.
Yeah, 7 feathers.
I think. What do I have? I have 1, 2. I have 3. I have 3 tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. And pansies is good for the upper respiratory system.
Okay.
Helps with asthma, and it is to help lower your blood pressure. And this too was, helps with arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis too. And so it's got anti-inflammatory properties. This one can be used, and it was the leaves. The leaves can be used as a laxative.
Yes.
And relieving sore throats and coughs, flu symptoms, and a headache by chewing on the leaves.
I believe that because like aspirin came from the inner bark of like cherry trees, and we use cascara trees. The singers in a longhouse, and the singers like at a powwow will drink cascara water, cascara tea to help their voices so they can sing for days because it's a lot of singing.
Yeah.
But what I find fascinating, and I think probably Diana Bowles knows more than we could ever know about it, was as I was reading, like some plants, it's the root. Like the same plant could be used. This purpose would be just the roots. This would be the leaves. I have 2 quarts of mullein leaves that I soaked, and they're in the back of the pantry. And that's for colds. That's for sore throat. That's
Annie, I love that you do that.
Well, since the mullein showed up, and I named that part of the garden the mullein, the front is the mullein garden in their honor. I had to do, honor the gift that they gave.
Yeah.
And they're a biennial. So some of these plants are biennial, which means every other year. Some are perennial, meaning every year. Some are annual, meaning you buy them fresh. Some annuals, you can pinch off the first bloom and then they will become perennials. Some
I didn't know that either.
Like, everybody probably knows mint, you got to keep it in a pot or it will take over. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
So there's I find that fascinating as far as like the old Farmer's Almanac goes on to something. So much to learn, like this you do in the full moon, this you do in the, you sow your seeds in the new moon. All those kinds of things that I am not Wiccan, but a Wiccan witch would know when to do.
Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah. And Farmer's Almanac. I buy one for Paul every year because being a Minnesota boy, he wants to know about the weather. Yeah. And if you ever go to Minnesota, you can be best friends with everybody. If you just say, "Oh, what do you think about this weather we're having?" They'll talk 3 hours after that.
Oh, it's so true. When we lived in Minnesota, I'll never forget one time. We the kids answered the phone, and I think it was my mother-in-law that called, and she asked, "What's your mom and dad doing?" And the kids said, "Oh, they're just sitting watching the Weather Channel." Like, yep, that's
Minnesota.
Yep, that's exciting as it got at our house. But yeah,
well, you can Minnesota. See it though, but only there can you see the weather coming from a week away.
Right.
From here, our topography is so varied and different that would not work here, but it works there.
It does. It does.
And they actually need our good prayers right now. They really need rain, really bad.
They need it.
They need rain.
Really, really, really bad.
Yes. Their temperatures are 25 degrees above normal right now. So
it was I think it was 95 there yesterday.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, normal. It was warmer in Minnesota than it was in California.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's a discussion for another show.
Yep. And pansies, lastly, they B1 and 2. Now is there a B1 and B2? Maybe I wrote that down wrong.
Vitamin 12, B12, maybe. I don't know. I know there's a lot of B1,
B2, but yeah, that might need to be looked up because.
Okay.
But they do carry vitamin Bs.
Okay. Okay.
Then just getting back to the full moon. Yeah. I was telling Annie backstage that I found it really interesting that naming the full moon has deep roots in the Native American cultures, as various tribes kept track of the full moon and the lunar phases and the seasons by giving distinctive names to each full moon. Mm-hmm. And some of, like this moon here, the flower moon, some of the other moons that it's been called for May is corn planting moon, milk moon, mother's moon, leaf budding moon, mulberry moon, field maker moon, egg laying moon. And I thought, that's, how appropriate, right? Because, all of the birds are laying eggs now. And then you just said it a few minutes ago, planting moon and hare moon, frog moon, planting, and moon of green leaves. But the flower moon is the one that seems to have, kind of taken over.
I wish I could remember them all. I was born in the moon that the ducks fly over.
I love that.
So, and my tribe sends a newsletter out, a little magazine every month, and it always discusses like the tides and what moon we're living in, and it could be the moon of the salmon or the sturgeon. I think that based on what region of the United States you live in, what the medicines of place are. And it is fascinating. Oh, thank you.
So it was B1 and B2. I was thinking,
you were right.
Yeah, I thought maybe I had misspoke. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Because I would feel awful giving out the wrong information. So yes, thank you. Thank you.
I was looking at some of the ones where I got a little nervous about that because I thought, I need to have more knowledge, because I started looking up elixirs and the difference between elixirs and tinctures. And that's something I don't know enough about.
I don't either.
Speak of. Yeah, that's something that probably Diana would know more about.
That. Yep.
But it makes this little bit that I did learn here, it made me want to know more. Like, what about the root? What about the time of, the new moon or the full moon? Or
right.
It made me want to know more so that I could live more, that my actions could be more in tune with Earth. Go with nature. It seems like a good idea.
Yep. Going with that flow. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly. So thank you. This has been so fun.
Yeah. And so lastly, just and some of you, may already, do this and be aware of this. The full moon is all about releasing what no longer is working for us or serving our highest good. So whatever that may, it's going to be different for everybody. And I also got that this new moon is going to usher in like aha moments. Like all of a sudden we might get that spark of inspiration, and it's encouraging us to be creative and get back to the things that used to excite us and bring us joy, and getting back to that. And I heard them say when I was writing this stuff down, are you ready to bloom? And they said this flower moon is all about personal growth and ushers in abundance, but also reminds us to play and find, any little beauty we can find in our lives is so important. And I mentioned this just a little bit earlier that, this month, is really kind of, we could be in the feels, our heightened sensitivity. And so it's any way that we can let go of that crud that we've been holding on to, but also control came up, letting go. And we had just talked about that, going with the flow. So any power struggles or, just wanting to control situations and letting that go, and just know that the universe is working everything out for our highest good, and that the self-work is necessary for us to evolve and grow, just like our gardens and the seeds that we plant. And this was I like this analogy. It said that just like weeding our gardens, it's to make room for the flowers and plants to grow. So, you have to get rid of some of that in order, for our gardens to grow. And just like us. So, we have to get rid of some of that crud and whatnot, that's not working in order for us to grow. And so I loved that analogy.
I do too.
And this moon would be a great moon to charge our crystals. And even going out when the moon is lit, bright in the sky, and just standing out there, it also charges us up too. So just like it does our crystals, it charges us up. And it would be a good moon to make moon water. And because I'm human, I don't do it every full moon, but I try to honor this, doing our releases and literally writing out, what we want to release, and burning them, or ripping them up, or, just disposing of them is huge. But I also do my intentions too for the new moon. And it's just anything that I want to usher in for the next month and until the next full moon. And then I do my gratitudes, writing down, all the little things that I'm grateful for. But I did, for anybody that hasn't done releases and going, how do I do it? However you do it, there's no right or wrong way to do it. So however you want to release it, but you could start just by saying, I release the blocks that I'm holding on, or I release the hurt that I'm holding, or I release the grief or the trauma that I'm holding. It can just be as simple as that, as just writing it out and let the universe take it over. and then another phrase that would be good to add to it is I am open to receive healing. Just letting the universe know that I am open to receive healing. And then lastly, I am worthy of health, wealth, and love. I thought would be a good one to add in there.
I love that. I release with my asparagus pot. If you guys go to a secondhand store, I found this awesome cooking pot. It's an asparagus pot that has this basket that lifts out.
Oh, yeah.
So I do my burning in that, so that way.
That's perfect.
If the flames get big, I can pop that lid on. So we'd be safety. But
I need to find one of those.
Yeah. Plus, who doesn't want to go to the secondhand store? I mean,
right.
Who knows what kind of treasures you will find?
Yep.
I found this there. I found this beautiful necklace that I kind of want to wear on my head. I feel like a fairy godmother when I wear this.
It is so gorgeous.
I'm sure my granddaughter will be like, "Oh, that's gonna be mine." When she gets older.
And it's like a treasure hunt. Every time you go, you never know. And I'm going to be on the hunt. I'm going to put out to the universe that I am in search of asparagus pot, because I will go out on our deck to throw, I'll go out there and I'll read my releases to the moon, and then I'll start on fire. And one time I threw it off the deck and I almost started our palm tree on fire. So word of caution.
You need an asparagus pot.
Yes, I do need an asparagus.
But I like I really am stressing recently to stand barefoot on the ground and say what you want. Like, I want to learn to say, ouch, when someone hurts my feelings. I don't want to spend a moment thinking about it later. I want to say right in the moment, ouch, that hurt my feelings. I want to just release it.
Yep.
Release it. How do you make moon water? Oh, hey, Kat. How do you make moon water, Kelly?
I have a glass bowl that I set out, and I just set it out. I make sure when I go out where the moon is going to hit it. I don't think it's really necessary that you do, but just leaving, I put water in it and I just set it out there and let it sit overnight. And then I bring it in, and then I have little glass bottles that I put it in that have spray, and then I just use it for, I'll spray my crystals with it. Sometimes I'll spray myself with it.
I love that. I've been keeping water bottles in the windows because the energies are just so intense.
Yeah.
And to help me be in tune with the energies, I'll keep that in the windows. So,
I love that.
And then drink it, because we've been buying, usually we didn't buy water for years, thought it was the silliest thing on earth. But in case, as we prepare, in case there are any earth changes, we want to have that on hand. So that's when I started, like, I'll just keep these in the window, drink as needed, so that I can keep myself attuned with the energies, because they're changing so quickly.
Oh, right? So fast.
Kelly got me doing that, Denise. I have a note by my bedside to call your power back at the end of the day, every day.
So important.
Anytime that you need to, anytime, like in a busy day, if you get upset, to call your energy back and then release any energy that does not belong to you. Because sometimes we'll see our hubbies, for instance, might get a little grouchy. And they were perfectly fine.
What? You really? You mean it?
And it'd be like, well, I started talking to my hubby and going, we were doing great. And then all of a sudden, we're getting snipey with each other. And I think it was because there was some yucky energy in that place we were just in.
Mm-hmm.
So let's shield up. Let's both of us shield up and release anything that doesn't belong to us, so we're not griping at each other. Because we were having a good day, and I want to continue to be having a good day.
Right. And the huge step is realizing it. Isn't it?
And it turns that from bickering to like, whoa, what just happened to us?
Right.
Yeah, that we can do something about.
Acknowledging it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I pulled 3 cards from my deck.
Yes, let's
share.
Yes.
The first one I pulled was this one. Can you see it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oops, I'm not moving at the camera. I have an iPad and it's trying to help me. This is the golden light tree, and it encourages us to connect with Pan. Pan, there's so many paths to creator, and Pan, he's like Lord Metatron. You know, Archangel Metatron is the voice of God, and I'm not religious, but Pan is like God of the wood.
Yes.
And he will help you. So if you want to know more about plants and fairies and roses and all the flowers, he will help you. He will help you learn
I love that one.
while you grounded. And this one is allow. Allow yourself.
Oh, beautiful, Annie.
Because there's so many stages of growth, and they're not all pretty.
No.
Celebrate them anyway. And this one says, you're not going to believe this. You are in bloom. Seriously. This is this one.
Oh my gosh.
That's that one. You are in bloom.
That is beautiful.
I think we are in multidimensional ways. I think we really, really are. There are different parts of us waking up. So drinking tons of water is going to help us acclimate. And grounding this is going to make it worthwhile. While I've been doing this show today, these two stones wanted to be with me. Serpentine and why can I never remember the name of this one? Lepidolite.
Yeah, labradorite.
Labradorite, thank you. It has a beautiful sheen that comes out. So you may find that there will be crystals that want to come out with you and be with you when you're learning specific things. If one just catches your eye, you're like, oh, that orange rock is really grabbing, kind of make a note of what you were thinking about, whether it was a struggle or a curiosity, and take it with you. It'll help you. It'll help you ground it.
Yeah, because sometimes they find us, right?
They find us, yeah. They're like, I'm here.
Yep, I'm here. You need me. You need me. Take me home. I'm going to help. I'm going to help you.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I pulled 3 cards, and I pulled 2 out of the Rose deck by Rebecca Campbell. Okay. And then I pulled another one out of it was a releasing deck.
Okay.
And
I love the butterfly behind you. I just noticed the balloon.
Yes, I got that for Mother's Day yesterday, and we had it outside, and with the wind yesterday, it looked like it was flying around.
The flowers behind you.
Yes, I got them both from Landon and Anna yesterday. Yes, so beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to share them with everybody.
They're gorgeous.
So the first card I got, it was Whispers of Mother, creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, and channel.
Oh wow!
And I thought it was beautiful. It was perfect card. I mean, it fell out of the deck. And considering it was just Mother's Day yesterday, and that this month really is to usher in our creativity. So I found that really appropriate. Yeah. But then when it said artist on there too, I'm like, how perfect is that Annie's on, and she's the artist, and you channel while you paint, and so I thought that was really special.
Fabulous.
And then I got open. Wow. And it says, say yes, expand through the extremes and trust life. And it was interesting because we were talking about that earlier of just really surrendering and going with the flow. It just makes life so much easier. It's just, we signed up for this. So you know what? We can either make it a bad day or we can make it a good day. Or sometimes we just have to make them a mediocre day. But, it's what the energy that we decide to put into it. And then the releasing, I think that's what it's called. Letting go. It's a letting go deck. Okay. And so I figured with the full moon, it's stuff that we should be letting go of. So it says, today I will. And I love the butterfly on that. Yeah. And it says, today I will be open to the process of change. I will trust my higher power and believe that the place where I'll be dropped off is better than the place I was picked up. I know that change is necessary to take me wherever I need to go.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good cards.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here. I love and appreciate you, and Annie, I love and appreciate you.
Love you. Thank
Thank you for doing this. And yeah, no, Denise is asking, no,
not yet, but I
that's something
want
she's
to.
working on.
I just don't know how to do it yet. But as soon as I do know how to do it, I will.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, and I bought a beautiful necklace in February. Really helped me. Divinely guided. I love that.
Aren't we? In so many ways. We really are.
Well, you have everybody have a fabulous day. Rush, thank you for being and hanging out with us. And yeah, and we'll be getting together again soon. And thanks, Annie, for being here.
Oh,
on this full moon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank
you. Everybody
you.
have a fabulous full moon. And until then, we love and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.